Life doesn't warn you before it hits. It doesn't whisper before it takes something away. It simply happens. Suddenly, quietly, brutally. A failure, a rejection, a dream that slips through your fingers no matter how hard you try to hold on. But the real question is never, why did this happen to me? The real question is, who do I become after it does? We've been raised to believe that life is a straight line, that effort guarantees reward, that discipline guarantees victory, and that if we just stay positive, things will go our way. But growth isn't a constant climb. It's a pattern of rise, fall, adapt, and rise again. A tree doesn't grow endlessly toward the sky. It grows roots first, deep into the unseen, into the darkness where no one applauds. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The fire feeds on whatever is thrown into it." And that is the essence of resilience. What happens to you is raw material. What you do with it, that's character. Setbacks aren't interruptions of the path. They are the path. The Stoics saw every obstacle not as punishment, but as a training ground for perception. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Pain doesn't define you. Your interpretation of pain does. When we fail, it's rarely our reality that breaks. It's our expectation of it. We thought we controlled outcomes. We never did. What we control, and all we ever truly control, is our response. This is where philosophy becomes therapy, not an abstract discipline, but a way of staying grounded when the world shakes. When you fall, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask instead, "What can this teach me?" That single question turns suffering into meaning. Nietzsche once imagined the idea of eternal recurrence, that you would have to live your entire life with every joy and every pain again and again, forever. Would you still say yes to life? Setbacks force that same question. Do you love life only when it loves you back? Or do you love it because it is in all its beauty and cruelty combined? Jean-Paul Sartre said, "Man is condemned to be free," meaning no one else is coming to save you. You are responsible not for what happens, but for what you make of it. That's both terrifying and liberating. Freedom always is. In our age of self-improvement and constant optimization, pain is treated like a bug in the system, a sign that something went wrong. But pain is not a malfunction. It's the body and mind stretching into growth. Without resistance, there's no strength. Without loss, no gratitude. Without darkness, no awareness of light. The goal is not to avoid setbacks. The goal is to become someone who can endure them. To face chaos without collapsing into it. Every setback gives you three choices. First, how you interpret it. You can call it failure, or you can call it training. Second, what you learn from it. Every wound carries a lesson. And third, what you do next. Movement, no matter how small, is recovery. When life pushes you down, take one step, write something, lift something, say something, even if it feels pointless. Because motion heals. Stillness, when fueled by fear, decays. Seneca once said, "No wind is favorable to the man who does not know to which port he sails." Sometimes setbacks are that wind. They don't destroy your course, they correct it. They tear away illusions and reveal direction. So when you fall, fall consciously. When you lose, lose with dignity. Because every time you rise again, you become less about what happens to you and more about what you choose to become. Strength isn't loud, it's silent, patient, deliberate, and every scar is a reminder that you've met life and said yes again. In the end, resilience is not about bouncing back. It's about coming back different, wiser, quieter, sharper. That's the philosophy of endurance. That's the mindset of those who walk the long road, not for applause, but for meaning. Because this is not about the quick victory or the overnight success. This is about the long run. Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you'd like to see more, make sure to follow us. Thanks for watching, and until next time.